Want to welcome everybody to Bitcoin Spike. This is London. We have some updates on BTC and price action. Great price action. We were trading in the back, guys. Welcome to all the VIP or top level of membership. BTC at 29,655. We'll talk about the level of support currently engaging. We'll also catch up on USDT.T. This incredible pattern, guys. Tethered dominance. We'll discuss the Doge. Looking at Dogecoin. I know that the traders are trading in terms of VIP. We'll also talk about SHIB, why not? GMT, why not? Look at this right here. You see the ghostly figure there in front of you. GMT had a nice hit. So did DOT and a few other coins. Sol here is on the screen. But look at this invalid symbol. You guys see that? The Luna tank, the death spiral, the Do Kwon. Sounds like a new form of failed martial art that we should say, the Do Kwon. He did the Do Kwon. So the Do Kwon is gone. And in terms of BTC right now, BTC at a cross trend line. You guys know this is Bitcoin Spike. This is London. Guys, we like to trade. So we'll stream for a while, see if we can pick up on a trade, see where you guys are at on your trades. Want to shout out to the VIP. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope everything's going great. We're heading into the weekend. Shout out in the chat for me if you can. Let me know what's going on. Just a little bit of interaction would be good. It's been a long week. I don't know why. It just seems like it's been a long week with equities, etc. Was glad, and hit that like button if you can for me, guys. Just smash that up for me. I'd appreciate that. If you guys enjoy just a little live price action opportunity, maybe find a trade. We'll get into it. We can chit chat a little bit as well today. Look at BTC. What a great coin. You have to say with this Luna stuff. I mean, what a great coin, huh? Bitcoin. We love it, huh? Thinking about the as you guys think about the dynamics of Bitcoin, think just there are some interesting things. We're seeing some green on the screen. It's nice, guys. We went green on the top and bottom here yesterday. Decided I'm going to do it green. I want this thing green, right? In terms of the numbers, the figures coming across at you, etc. And yeah, look at the green, guys. We've had a real strong day yesterday, and shout out to the VIP. Anybody who decided to pick up a little bit. In terms of, I said just pepper in that hammered down day we had earlier in the week. You guys know, VIP, shout out. If I didn't have your cell phone, make sure I have your cell phone in, DM me in the back, guys. Just DM me in the back, and that would be good for me to be able to just kind of make sure I stay in touch with you guys, okay? Because I'll send you guys some tweets, some different heads up, like we were in that position yesterday, 2 days ago. Was it 2 days, 3 days ago? We were deep red. I let all the VIP know. It's like it would make some sense to have some exposure at these lower levels. So shout out to all the VIP who went ahead and bought some, and then yeah, you guys. This is like a repeat. Anyway, you enjoyed some gains. That's what's important. 5 minute, a little bit more of a constricted rising wedge, almost like a repeat of what we had yesterday during the stream. You guys know we had a rising wedge. We went into the back. I identified for the VIP just so that you know this is very important that we cover this specifically. I want to cover this just very quickly, guys. Very quickly in terms of the top side target. I identified the top side target here last night for VIP while we were trajecting up looking for BTC to boom hit that level of resistance. I said bulls target here, boom, and absolutely bulls targeted and achieved. So that's important, guys, in the back as we try and frame those out. It's it's not always perfect. The market's not always perfect. If it were, there would be no risk. So to the extent that you're experiencing some issues, guys, there's always risk in the market. To the extent that you're overexposed, it's going to be more difficult. If you're playing too hot of a hand with your leverage, it's going to be tough. You guys know that. But if you're sensibly approaching your trades, right, there's no reason you guys can't do well, and that's kind of the VIP would it be. I want to make sure that we have the pinned tweet for LBank, guys. LBank has been rocking. LBank is doing well. I'm excited about LBank. 125 times leverage. Now, you better be specific. You better be perfect on your trades for 125x. I'll just tell you guys. You can try and hedge 125. You can try and play with the price dynamics, but just to let you guys know, it's a rough. It could be a rough ride unless you're just perfect, guys. And we really need solid technicals. I'd say a solid technical approach to even think about approaching or to even think about trading something like 125x. As you look at your other leverages. Anything from 5 is maybe a little slow. 10 starts to approach something meaningful, right? 10x starts to approach something meaningful, right? If you're solid at your technicals, you should be able to trade a little bit stronger than that. I'm just going to say, in my opinion, you guys let me know your opinion. If it differs than mine, we'll work it out. I want to see what you guys are coming up with. So level of cross trend line resistance to support is what we're working with right now. You can go to the lines on the 5 minutes or the actual candle wicks. Here in the candle wicks, we pushed quite a bit into that level of prior resistance, that which the price cannot get up and over. Boom, to support. Bam, second time confirmed as support. So the 5 minute lines allow you a little bit more leeway here to grasp this a little bit lower within threshold of prior resistance to support. Bam. That's what we're seeing right now. Not exactly a perfect wedge that we would see here. The traders are being invited to pretty much draw down a channel at this point, okay? So this would be a channel, just to let you know, that we would want to break, okay? We would want to break this resistance. In terms of a downward channel like that, we're just going to want to stay away from anything looking like this. You guys know we do not want to channel to the downside, all right? We don't want to give up the gains that we had. It's been a nice kind of close to the week here. To the extent that we have this downward sloping channel, we can identify this in the let's say in the framework of the previous pattern that we had. I think it's very important that we look at this preceding triangulation here. Let's go ahead and look at this triangulation, and hope you guys had a good week. Guys, what's up? It's London, and I'm excited that you guys are done with your week. Yes, another one has flown by. And have you traded? I hope you guys have traded. And hopefully Luna, I hope everybody followed my advice. I gave you Luna advice. Do you guys think that qualifies as financial advice? I don't think Luna qualifies as financial advice. You can't. Actually, it's not a security. It's not securitized. So no one could provide you financial advice on Luna. It's not a security. It's my understanding from contacting the State Board of Regulation, etc. You can't. It's just impossible. But yeah, I did it kind of just buddy to buddy say, hey, it's a broke down bicycle that just got hit by a dump truck. I wouldn't buy it at any level. So if you guys decided to buy it, you found out you just bought a broke down bicycle that you can't resell. That's no good. I think even Crypto.com has taken back some of the trades, some of the successful trades that people entered saying, oh, no, we gave you the wrong price. I bet they gave you the wrong price. Huh? Crypto.com taking back some of those profits from people redoing their trades. Ouch. We like strong coins. We like Bitcoin. We like Doge. The Doge. A lot of reasons I like Doge. We were talking about that in the back today as we look at this just this severe dump. You call it what you want, and then the possibility for pump. Right? It's like there's a severe dump pump cycle in crypto, and I got to tell you, I understand Doge. I understand the dump. I understand the high level of maybe not just the user, whether or not they're kind of flaky traders, etc. Well, they're moody, etc. On Doge, the masses, the as we look at this level of resistance currently right now, guys, with the downside target here at the top, at least of this ascending wedge. Okay, small target right now. You guys know yesterday I wanted to get up and above, a bit more up and above this level, right? Could have engaged in a short. Really wasn't aggressive enough. I have to say that yesterday I wasn't aggressive enough. I could have slammed into 125x. I chose not to. Let's see. What will happen? What happened with Luna? Smart guy. Hey, what happened with Luna is what happened with Luna. It's gone. Is gone to ghost territory. Ba-boom. So in terms of that, I'm just not a buyer. I identified it at 786. I think that's 786, guys. 78.6% retracement. I'm just not a buyer at a lower level. That's the bottom line. As far as what will go with Luna, Mario, you're welcome to join the VIP, but I know that you won't, and you're in restricted zone VIP. Just so that you know, restricted zone VIP, those comments are for VIP only. So that area is for VIP. If they choose to comment, if they just want to chill out, they'll just kind of chill out there. So I'll remove that for the VIP so you guys can chill there in that restricted zone. And let's see where we're at now. Let's see if we get a break to this downside. And yesterday it offered this to us at about the same time. You guys know that at about the same time. I was like, well, it's just not quite enough of a trade, right? It's 0.2, 0.3. I'm like, I wanted a little bit more out of that trade, right? I can tighten this up just a touch and make this into a target, the preceding peak of the ascending wedge. Now, that complicates by the fact that if we break this line of resistance, this could be a little orphan target, as you know. So don't be overexposed in this trade, and understand you can always have an orphan target below, or price can traject to the upside quite a bit and then decide to come back. Let's say after a breakout, boom, and then decide to traject to the downside. But we like this method of targeting. It's very unique. You won't see it anywhere on the internet. That is not hype. That is the truth. Okay? And ask VIP. Ask them, how is this targeting going? How are we doing on targeting? Quite well, guys, quite well. Just with the understanding that it is a target to be reached at some point. What would you guys say in the back? We're reaching about, would you say 70% of our targets? I'd say 70% of the targets are being reached. All right, we have other frameworks that we put things into in terms of, I'd say, other solutions that we look at in terms of targeting. Not all with wedges. We have different, of course, retracements. We have extensions, without a doubt. To the extent that that the wedges provide us with a nice, and yeah, you guys want to see the Luna again? This is what happens to your character here on TradingView. It's ghost territory, guys. So shout out to the VIP, shout out to Angel at the top. What's up, Angel? Hope you're doing well, man. Hope everything's going good. We had some Luna voodoo stepped through. Not sure what happened with Luna, but some sort of odd Do Kwon voodoo stepped in. Not exactly, but what is it? It's crypto, right? It is crypto. So to the extent that I have to shout out to Cristobal, my man, new VIP. You guys have to know this. This is beautiful. Was it 2 days within 36 hours of the Luna shot to the downside? Cristobal joined VIP. Live. He just hit the button. Boom. Fine. I'm going to join. I'm going to pay $100 a month. My gosh. I'm going to pay it. I want to be a part of the group, right? I want to be a part of real traders. And what happened? Cristobal, he joined. Then he decided, as we watched, to see whether or not we can achieve this target now, or it's going to make us wait. We're going to see. I'm going to keep this target here. You guys know that. Even if we break out, I'll keep this. I want to see if if and when we recapture this target level. It's not a huge trade now. You really have to slam into it with some leverage. Okay. So but Cristobal joined. He joined VIP, top level of membership, guys. And shout out to all the dudes being pictured on the bottom. I see Frankie. I see Sean. What's up? I'll make those pictures a little bit bigger so you guys can see them. This always looks best on a big screen TV. I like stacking them, those pictures on the bottom, right next to that Lamborghini, guys. Right next to it. Anthony, I see Anthony, and I need to make those pictures a little bit bigger. I don't know if I can do that live. If I can, it'd be a miracle. I will try. Boom, look at that. I just did that live. Hey, what's up? I see Amos. Amos, what's up, my man? Nice to see you, Amos. Very, very nice to see you, Amos, and all the guys that are picturing in, and I'll make that a little bit more perfect if I can. So anyway, Cristobal joins, right? He joins VIP, and what happens? Cristobal joins, and he says, well, I would like to long Luna. Should I long Luna? What a question. 36 hours before meltdown, huh? What a question. And then what happened? Did the diagnostics technically said, no, I would not trade? Brand new VIP. That was last week, or that was this week, guys. In terms of that 36 hours before the tank, okay? No, it's on the record. No, I would not be long on Luna. Boom. Congrats to anybody who shorted on that premise, but we're in a descending triangle. Yeah, descending triangle. You guys know that. Typically bearish, right? Said you could if you want to, but I wouldn't do it. He didn't do it. New VIP Cristobal did not go long on Luna, and man, it would have literally wiped out that trade big time. Depending upon the circumstances, it could have been pretty drastic. He had just joined. He was looking, just to kind of get that input from the group. That was just my input. In terms of that, understand the probabilities can always, we don't want to couch things on probabilities. Say, well, that's, we don't want to couch on probabilities. That's not what we want to do. But at the same time, it was technically indicated not to trade it. So, not to go long on it. I'll say this, not to go long, right? If anything short. So, congratulations to Cristobal. Congratulations to the VIP. I don't know anyone else who's like on the record that immediately beforehand, like, hey, should we long? Should we get into Luna? No. So good job, guys. And to the extent that anybody traded that hedge was also on the map. I think we discussed that as well. You could hedge Luna. Yeah, you could long and short Luna. You guys know that link below. That will allow you to long and short Luna at the same time. Or long and short now is going to be difficult because it's delisted. But longing and shorting anything, guys, to the extent that that needs some practice, yeah, that's not the most intuitive of what would we say, guys, of circumstances there. I would encourage you guys to really look into the framework of that. Okay, it's that can be difficult. So let's see what we got here, and in terms of guys, in terms of the entirety of your I don't know, the entirety of your trade game, just remember to take it step by step. Don't, if I could just encourage you guys, do not overshoot the boundary, right? If you could, in terms of what should be reasonable, when you make kind of a careless decision, right? You want to just power into something, like you see an immediate target, boom, you got to jump into it. If you're not squared up with the, I'd say the levels of just decorum or the certain standards, norms of practicals of TA, then I think you're really risking quite a bit, guys, in terms of, what are the features of for instance, like an extension. How would you schedule in extension moves potentially here? What would we look at the extensions along the way up here in a potential breakout, right? As we would lock and load our strategy, etc. It's not just, we always say buy at support, sell at resistance, trade your patterns, and hit your targets. Really important, guys. Really, really important. Okay, it's a full scope measure of all of those. All of those parameters that need to be considered, so that you guys aren't overexposed in the market. Right, those are some of the worst stories that we get all year long. Are the individuals who decide to throw caution to the wind and really just decide to kind of make an ill-advised decision just regardless of, right? It's just because I want to do this, I believe it's going. Now, you guys, you have a full arsenal in terms of your strategy, and you need to use that arsenal. Looking at the candle wicks here, we have a nice there's a nice bull flag on the candle wicks, guys. That's noted in terms of the measured move to the upside preceding flagpole to the upside. Looks like we've accomplished that, but along this breakout move here, and I'll save that target for later. I will save that target for later. We'll mark that for VIP later, without a doubt. Looking at the extension, kind of carry up the framework here in terms of really we're scoping out this bull flag. Probably a better way to scope out the bull flag from low to high to low. I think that'd be a great way to look at your extensions right now. If you guys are trading, I'm excited. To the extent that you guys are just watching and learning, I'm also excited, guys. 2022, we're building. We want you guys to be excellent traders overall. Scope out your trades carefully. Don't be too eager on the button. When you have to hit the button, guys, you got to hit it, but don't be too eager. You may spend a full day or 2 days or 3 days or 4, guys, looking for your perfect trade, right? To the extent that you're kind of involved in those 100 rounds. I talk about that, 100 rounds. Looks like we're getting a nice breakout here with an included. Now we have that frustration, right? This probably would turn at least to yellow, if not red. I'm going to continue to do this for the VIP in terms of that. Since we have broken out of this level of resistance, right, we would probably downgrade this from green to yellow. I'd say that, okay? And again, just really tight in here. Not a big opportunity for a large short coming back to that level. We really had a bull flag without a confirmation as well. Noted, right? Noted. And BTC can be a little bit wild on her bull flags. You guys know that. BTC can be a touch wild on her bull flags. She just can, right? So to the extent that we're looking at some positive price action. What are the upside targets? Well, we're identifying this from the low here on the extension. Let's look at the low to the high to the low. Now, some people will schedule in shorts and continue buying shorts as price were to go to the upside. 1.73% to the upside. I love it. We've got green all over the top and bottom framework of the channel, and we've got green all over the market. Boom. There we go. That's a good day. That's what I like to see, guys. Way to go. Now, we'd like to see a pretty significant move. That would be nice to see a significant move. Let's take a look at additional lines of resistance we may run into here that don't have to do with that. That would be a nice target to the upside. I think everyone can agree. This line of resistance across the top, can bulls push up to this level? This is certainly in the framework. This is on the. I'd say this is on the. It's on the map, guys. In terms of this is on the map right now. In terms of the target for the upside for the bulls would be this level of resistance. Can they push within the framework up to this level of resistance previously established? Right? You understand price action. It's not talking both directions right now. It's describing typical behavior or possible moves in the market that will we curve around. We just broke out of a bull flag, did not receive a confirmation. Do the buyers want a confirmation on this preceding level of resistance here? Okay, this specific, and guys, it's a demand function. This level of resistance, right? Will it flip into support here? Boom, right? When I say a demand function, are there enough orders? Is there enough action in the market to push up without the confirmation? Yes, it occurs. You guys know that. Yes, that happens. To the extent that that happens and the buyers just, there's so much demand that this move is forgotten, then hey, that's such is the case, guys. To the extent that buyers can continue to push without the confirmation, just understand the confirmation is something that is a dynamic in the market. You understand that, guys? This level of resistance to support feature, right? And it's in the market right now. Whether or not, and we can tighten this up on the 1 minute as opposed to the. If we were to look at the, let's look at the candle wicks. On the candle wicks, we'll see a little bit of a different, a little bit of an exterior line there. The candle wicks will give you that maximum degree of volatility, right? Expressive of the, essentially the extremes that you're looking at. Let me go ahead and clear this up here. Let me remove that. We'll just draw this, we'll draw this arrow to this area here. Okay, so you guys can remember what that is. That's the resistance across the top. As we can determine, now this is the point. You may say, well, there's no answer in what you're providing. Please listen. The level of prior resistance right here, 2 hits. Okay, resistance, that which price cannot get up above. Okay, to the extent that there is a lack of demand in this zone up and above the framework in this area, there are orders most likely stacked at prior resistance to confirm it as support. Okay, so option A is blast off. Great. Option B, return to those orders. Okay, if there's not enough demand, we'll say blast off would be optimal. Just boom. Let's go to the upside. If there's not enough demand, okay, we go to plan B. Well, plan B would be prior resistance, right, to support. Let's pick these orders up. If we don't hold as support, then we're down into, from option A, which would just be moving up, no demand. Okay, option B, well, there's not enough orders at support. We start looking into our lower targets, kind of option C, right, as we would look at the lower targets, okay, on the price action. Let me go ahead and make these green to make sure you guys can see these today. I just put them as, I made them blue just to kind of make it a little easier on the guys in the back, just because we have a lot of green targets. It's just a lot to look at. So I tried to clean this up a little bit and got into the technicals on L-Bank a little bit, guys. Very interesting on technicals. Not bad on technicals, guys, at all. So looking at the market, I hope you guys are trading. I hope you guys are trading. And it's not a soft market right now. There's a lot of volatility. When she goes sideways, we note it, and we want her to pick up and go again. In terms of BTC, we're ready for price action. You guys know that. That's the name of the game. Give us some price action. If it needs to go down and get there, right? If it needs to go up, let's get up. But just that in between stage. I know it's not easy on the traders. I know when you guys have to wait for your trades, you want to trade. I know that. Looking at this feature here, we have essentially, this is a difficult pattern, I guess I would say to expect, not to traject to the downside. We have a double indicated potential target if we can traject to the upside. Bearish pattern typically, guys. Rising wedge, bearish pattern typically. Let me go ahead and hide these extensions. Let me hide those extensions real quickly. Let me look first of all to the to the candle wicks, but I'll go ahead and hide these in the background, just trying to provide you a bit of we're seeing that confirmation back down on prior resistance to support, okay, within the framework of an ascending wedge. Very important, guys. Very important to always pay attention to those patterns, right? Buy at support, sell at resistance, trade your patterns, and hit those targets, right? So as we see price up and above the rising wedge, we've had two instances like that potentially to offer us shorts today. It is not uncommon for us to see multiple rising wedges. You guys in the back, I think we've noticed this quite frequently in terms of kind of a series of rising wedges. This lower level on the 5-minute provides us with this framework, boom, rising wedge, and we stacked on top of it another rising wedge. Kind of a difficult, I'd say a difficult moment for BTC and the traders. Let's see what we got going on here, guys. In terms of the move, have we abandoned the breakout? That's going to be the question. We need some volatility here to the upside, guys. Trying to pick up. You'll see as we traject down through this line what's happening. The market is competitive enough that line of resistance, what is happening? I talk about is the demand function there at the prior resistance. And if we can't just take off to the upside, right? Not enough demand. Prior resistance, boom. We're going to go to plan B, right? Prior resistance as support. Let's test these orders right here, right? Now, if the buyers in the market are like, well, I'm a little timid, I'm actually going to park my orders in this zone below, which could be you guys. And I want to park my orders right in here and try and get a flash trade, boom, boom, right? I want to go 100 to 25x, or I want to go really heavy on leverage. I want it to pick me up and slam me up just a touch, right? Depending upon the nature of the pattern, that may make more sense or less on a more macro pattern where there's more of a price differential. I think you'll find that making more sense than less. Smaller patterns, we need a bigger move. We need a big enough move to trade. So looking at the potential capitulation of prior resistance to support, okay? Buyers not necessarily picking up at that level. Let's talk about the Fibonacci in play. This is important. The Fibonacci right now from the low to the high on the candle wicks, right? What do we see, guys? We see the 23.6 engaging. Okay, aside from that level of resistance, I almost want to, let me go ahead and let me make this a little bit differentiated. Let me go ahead and shout out to you guys. I'm excited about the weekend. We're going to have a good weekend away from equities. Thank goodness, guys. As we look at crypto and BTC being coupled, are we coupled, right, with NASDAQ? Like, we didn't ask for that. I don't know what you guys think. We didn't ask to be coupled with the NASDAQ, right? Or correlated with the NASDAQ. Or we're just another NASDAQ, I don't know, feature of the NASDAQ. That's not what we asked for, right? We want to trade. We want to trade Bitcoin, right? That's the whole idea, guys. So to the extent that we're just another feature of the NASDAQ, it kind of feels like, man, that's not what we really wanted, right? That's not what we asked for. What is the good part about being coupled with the NASDAQ? Well, the weekend is ours, right? I'll tell you that much in terms of the residual, like the NASDAQ shut down, right? So we're trading. You guys know that we're trading. Seeing a nice pickup on that 23.6. Boom. That's a target, guys. As we talk about buy at support, sell at resistance, trade your targets, trade your patterns and hit your targets, right? This would be a pattern to hit. People who hit this on, I'd say on some leverage, guys, are in the money up to 20-25%, all right? And when you're in the money, when your screen turns green, you guys have a decision to make. You guys know that. I always let you guys know you have a decision to make when you're in profit. So, want to discuss this lower feature here on the 5-minute that is indicated. It was also not only the tip of a rising wedge on the 5-minute. Very interestingly, it coincides quite well with that 38.2. Right, that 38.2, that second rung down on the ladder, 38.2, 50%, 61.8, 65th, 78.6, and 86. Let's zoom out just a touch. Let's take a look at the triangulation again. Typically, I'll say this, guys, that triangulation that was broken out of to the upside. Yeah, we did not achieve our target to the upside of the triangulation. You guys know that. So BTC did fail in a sense, at least temporarily, right? BTC experienced a failure temporarily that we were looking for a real strong move. Boom, we wanted to move to the upside. We were excited about that. And looking at the framework here, we ran into this top line resistance, okay? Prior resistance being reinforced yet again here. So yeah, that curtailed the move on the triangulation. That's not what we wanted to see, guys. We wanted to see some strong price action to the upside. So to the extent that that's, I don't know, a little bit unfortunate. Yeah, we were looking for, traders were looking for that positive price action. Right. I always say the market's a little picky about who it lets short the market. Shout out to Sean. Sean, I know that that you like to short. What's up? Hope you had a good week, my man. Hope all of you guys had a good week, and we can wrap it up in a good. Let's wrap it up with a good Saturday and Sunday of trading. Let's get that weekend mojo going. Right. Looking at that rising wedge feature again. They're just tough to beat, guys. They're just tough to beat. We've started to notice a little bit, and I do like to point out somewhat frequently when the rising wedge is just on one time frame. All right, and we do note that from time to time, like the 5-minute time frame here. Rising level of resistance, rising level of support with the constriction on the 5-minute. Now let's see any other time frame. I see it just on the 5-minute, really. Yeah, on the 5-minute, on the we have a different, completely different pattern formation on the 1-minute. So this underlying target here really is just it's available to us on one time frame. Now it's available as a target, but we can discuss this, guy. It is available as a target in terms of being the 38.2 as well. Now you can say, okay, I see that. That's a 38.2. That's important. That makes sense. That 38.2 is always going to be a target. It's a different type of target when we identify it from a structure of a pattern, right? I would just say from a structure of a pattern, it's going to be different when we identify that. Looks like, let's take a look at the, so we have codified this as being on the, or we have labeled this 5-minute rising wedge here being very just individual or unique to the 5-minute. Looking at the 1-minute time frame, let's see what we can do with this upside price action. Essentially the formulation above on the 1-minute. We have the rising wedge on the 1-minute. Let's go through this process on the this second feature here on the 15-second, and let's see what we have here. Let's get into the framework of BTC as she heads back down. Looks like there may be the demand at this level, and she may want to capitulate this top level at 23.6. I mean, we've broken that feature of the line to the extent that there are there's been some pushing along the levels of the Fibonacci. I think you guys have all noted that there's been some pushing along the levels of the Fibonacci, without a doubt. And that's just something we take quite a bit of notice of. If the Fibonacci's are being hit, if they're being hit perfectly, right? Dot was an example, guys. If you saw Dot nailed the 86, the classic 86. You guys know that just got my custom level. So Dot slammed into that 86% down from its all-time high. So not the coin that you wanted to hold. Luna, not the coin that you wanted to hold. Right? Anytime something's down 90%, that's not the coin you want to hold, right? That's just to discuss it. That's not a holding coin, right? That's not something you would want to hold, guys. And alts are very difficult in that regard, and have been difficult throughout not just this retracement, but preceding retracements as well. So now we're looking at I'd say a constriction here, a little bit of a battle between a rising wedge that has trajected to the upside, then trajected back down through, capitulated through the level of support as expected. Then we're seeing a kind of a battle pattern here. The notion that we are in a descending wedge after being just below that 23.6 is an important component to note, guys. And in terms of the overall framework, let's take a look at the level of resistance in play from the two top hits. Resistance, both identified, right? We're coming into contact with that level of resistance now, and I'll say in play is that 23.6. It is in play. We do have a downside target. A little bit frustrated now. Let's bring back into the picture this level of resistance. Now, is this clear framework? Oh, clearly an indicated trade, no problem. Well, not really, guys. We have a target that's underneath and within a preceding level of resistance that's trying to hold a support right now. This prior level of resistance, right, typically could act as a natural barrier in the market. That resistance. As we would look into the framework here, it's like we're just still along we're still entertaining the notion here of trying to confirm that as support. It's a messy attempt at a confirmation down below that level of prior resistance as we're trying to flip it into support. We would have preferred to have been and operated up above it clearly, right? The rising wedge feature on the breakout is something that I do not like to trade. You guys know that I'm not real wild about trading. I'd say these, what would we say, just a bearish breakout of a bullish pattern. Okay, bearish meaning rising wedge, right? Just say a bullish pattern to the extent that we have a descending channel here, and I think you guys can see that in terms of the descending channel framework offered to us by the lines right here. The descending channel, the support resistance, and support cross trend line here in terms of the pickup. But resistance, support, any descending channel at some point is going to become bullish. That is the axiom. The axiom in the market. That's the understanding of the traders. Is that at some point, the traders are going to the sellers are going to lose steam in a downward sloping channel, unless you have a phenomenal event like Luna or something else like that. Then it's all bets are off, guys. So looking into BTC, kind of a messy confirmation, guys. Not exactly optimal trading. You guys know this. Like this is Bitcoin. Sometimes she just decides to do this. It's like Friday night. She doesn't have pressure from the equities, anything like that. It's kind of like, okay, she's gonna trudge the traders here along this prior resistance to support and see if she can see how many people she can get on the wrong side of the trade. Is typically the way she's going to handle things right now. I'll just tell you, it pays to be selective on your trades. You guys know that. Following price when she moves, to buy. Oh, she's up, buy. No, guys. Oh, she's down. Oh, short. That's the wrong. That's the exact wrong calculative in terms of that, guys. Setting a stop loss is a non-emotional event. I really recommend it because you're not your impulsiveness is taken out of the equation, right? Setting that stop loss is a non-emotional event. Okay, when you do that, I just encourage you guys to do that. Okay, so potential pickup on that 23.6. And it would be nice to see some positive price action on that 23.6. We've broken out of that channel framework. Not a real strong, I'd say, confirmation on prior resistance as support. I can take away this rising wedge now. Now we can view this in context, essentially what we are in the process of trying to complete on that 23.6. And we'd like to traject up. We want to get the market green. We want it sizzling, right? 1.38% BTC at 29,636 right now. I am just so much a fan of Bitcoin, particularly now in the wake of Luna. I want to check on Doge, doing pretty well at 9 cents. I saw it at 7 the other day. I'm like, that's a low price for Doge. That's a nice low price for Doge. Much lower than that. We're you're looking for a repeat of 2021. That's a nice price, guys. She got up to a 10x over that. And what I like about Doge, it's inflationary, right? So they're producing Dogecoin, extra Doge. So I understand the huge level of volatility, the quote unquote dumps or the trajectories to the downside on Doge. I just do. They're making more coins. It's you're looking into an inflated scenario. There we go. A little bit of price action. That's nice from that prior resistance. Now we're going to need to get up and out. We need some major momentum here in terms of this specified move. We have the underlying. I can take this off. It's only on the 5-minute, but we will rewind to that level. It's still an active target. I've got a kind of a yellow warning on it. If you're in a short, I understand. Don't be overexposed. You guys know that. If you're in a short, I understand. Okay, don't be overexposed. Did we set a flat top? Let's take a look at that. But the bull flag underlying, run to the upside, downward sloping channel. Candlewicks give you a nice framework there. Candlewicks give you a nice framework on that. So looking for a confirmation, and she's just kind of toying with the traders right now. She likes to do that. Let's look for a flat top. Do we have any kind of a flat top? Looking at the 15-second, looking at this lower time frame, 5-second. Let's look at the 1 second, see if we have any kind of a flat top here. Just barely in that zone. Kind of a tough area. If we were to look at kind of mastering this lower time frame, I think it's always in your best interest to really to delve into these lower time frames. So we have a bit of a breakout indicated here with a just a fake out again on the traders. BTC loves getting people on the wrong side of the fence here in terms of the trading. You guys know that she's masterful at it. So looking at this, I'd say the potential underside. What we say this, guys? The potential underside of the what we say the potential target to the downside is I don't know. It's technically within the framework of a preceding level of resistance. Let's go to the 5-minute. I just wanted to recapture this just a touch here, and I don't know. Sorry if my drink made a noise. I decided to bring just a drink, like a pickup drink here today. So to the extent that I've got some straw noise in the back, I apologize for that. Sorry about that, but I normally need water while I'm talking. So I've got just a side drink. Level of resistance here. That level of resistance, boom, here. To the extent that the target is within that level of resistance, it complicates it for the traders. Just to let you guys know, we'd love to clean, fell, sweep. Oh, this is a target at this level. It is, however, it's a target within that level of preceding resistance that's trying to confirm right now. Okay, so the market is taking into context that fact as you look at it. It's not a clear play to a downside target. And I mean where we expect price to move, right? We identify targets so that it can give some direction to your trading, and I'd say a threshold for take, right? That's just the that is the and understand when you have a threshold for take, understand the following: that you may need to be reasonable when you're looking at that threshold. When you get into the circumstance or get into the framework where you're in the money on a trade, well, you haven't exactly met your target, right? I'm $70 out. Let's imagine you're $70 out, and it's let's say you're whatever. Let's right now you're 60. You got $64 out. Let's see here. We're $90 out. You got $64 away. At some point, you need to achieve your target to become profitable. On a second level, on a secondary kind of note there, you also need to be reasonable in terms of taking your in terms of your takes, guys, and that's just crucially important. And let me take a look at something on the side here. Let me see if we are good to go here. There we go. All right. See if this is going to provide the traders with any kind of a designated pattern, previously designated pattern that we could look at. That would be very, very important. Now, what I'm going to tell you guys is I've asked the VIP to shout out to chat with me. I'm going to go in the back and I'm going to trade. It's Friday night. If you guys want to stream, you let me know. This is London with Bitcoin Spike. I appreciate everybody. Hope you're doing well, and we will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.